Welcome back, folks. The Let's Play Edna and Harvey, the Breakout. Last we left off, Edna has finally made it home. Unfortunately, she can't get into her house yet because she doesn't have the key. She does remember where her father used to hide the key, however, in one of the garden gnomes. /dwarves, the game uses the terms quite interchangeably. They're described here as dwarves, but they're referred to as gnomes. Either way, one of them has the key, and if we're to follow where they're pointing, they're saying that this gnome has the key. But we'll be the judge of that as we examine and interrogate them, starting with the mower gnome.
I remember that one of those ugly gnomes had the key for the door. Was it you?
I doubt it's going to answer, but we'll ask anyway.
Are you looking at me? Do you want to fight?
I don't actually think the gnome is looking at you. Let's see about using this.
How do you use something that is this useless?
Edna is angry at this lawn ornament. Very angry.
Never!
And she won't even add the ornament into her inventory. That's how angry she is. Harvey, what do you make of this?
What do you make of this gnome, Harvey?
It should be lined up against a wall with the others.
Harvey!
What? Gnomes with pointed hats are rebellious insurgents without exception. Think of Papa Smurf. Or Karl Marx.
Papa Smurf? Let's see about not using the polo mallet, as I get the feeling that is the solution to finding the key, and instead we'll use the pen.
We should give this gnome a mustache.
All right, but let's wait until we have better light. We are home now, Harvey. We have all the time in the world to make it comfortable.
I'm not so sure we do, considering the fact that a lot of people are searching for us. They're probably going to come here eventually. It's quite logical to presume that we would come here.
I won't touch it, not even with potholders. Who knows? Maybe the genetic defect he's suffering from is contagious.
You do know that's just a lawn ornament, right, Edna? Let's use the pot.
I'm suddenly craving Smurf soup.
You and Gargamel both. What about trying to sign it with the barkeeper's signature?
We should deface this little upstart with the worst kind of graffiti.
All right, but let's wait until we have better light. We are home.
That's exactly the same as using the pen. What about the pinking shears?
Shall we cut this miserable gnome's throat?
No, it just wouldn't be brutal enough.
The polo mallet would be, though. That's the game subtly hinting that you want to use the polo mallet.
We should deface this
All right, we are...
That's exactly the same. What about trying to find a signature on the gnome?
I'd rather have a leper lick my hand.
Now that is a very bold statement. Master key?
Didn't Dad always hide a key in one of the gnomes?
We already got that hint, but it's nice to see it again. Antioxidant?
I'm suddenly craving Smurf soup.
Now that's a curious reaction to get from using antioxidant on a gnome. Finally, the toenail.
Ha! Take that, you miserable ugly gnome.
I'm sure they are reeling from that. And now we need to get a new toenail. Or not, we still have a toenail. Marvellous! I imagine we picked it back up after we flung it at the gnome. Now let's go look at the other gnomes. Maybe there's some different interactions for each one.
I remember that one of those ugly gnomes had the key. Was it you?
That's exactly the same. What about talking to the gnome?
You think you know breakdancing? I'll give you something broken.
I think Edna's just going to threaten each and every one of them. Anything different for picking it up?
Never!
I think the only difference now is going to be talking to them. So, let's talk to the fishing gnome.
Well, catch anything yummy in the cesspool? Whatever it is, I'm sure it's fitting.
I don't actually think the gnome is trying to fish up anything. Can't actually move its arms.
Don't worry. You're not going to die of lung cancer, I can assure you.
Not if you have anything to say about it, you and your polo mallet. Finally, let us talk to the gnome in the middle.
What are you ordering? 3 punches in the face?
Or a polo mallet to the face. Let us get started, shall we? By not smashing the one in the middle. Because that'll solve the puzzle.
I think my father kept the key in one of these gnomes. It wasn't this one.
No, it wasn't. And we can no longer interact with that gnome. I'm sure the other ones are quaking in terror right now as we move on to the one who breakdances.
I think my father kept the key in one of these gnomes. It wasn't this one.
No, it wasn't. To be fair, the game is obviously telegraphing which one it is. Next, Polo Manet with this one.
I think my father kept the key in one of these gnomes. It wasn't this one.
There are only 2 more left. And just for variety's sake, let us now smash this one. We'll smash this one afterwards.
I think my father kept the key in one of these gnomes. But which one can it be? It wasn't this one.
Aha! I get the feeling the game would have forced me to destroy all the other gnomes first, even if I went for the puzzle solution right away. Very clever game. Now let us get that key.
I guess it's just you and me now, Django. Well, look at that. Here's the key. It's always the one you try last.
That it is. Let us look at our prize. The house key.
This opened a lot of rooms in the house, including the door to my room.
Oh, this seems like a very important item.
How does it feel to be stuck in the belly of a stupid garden gnome for 10 years?
Don't remind me of the trauma. Do you know a good psychiatrist by any chance?
If you asked her, she'd say no. Now, let us use this with Harvey.
Look, Harvey, my front door key.
Wow, we never had our own key back then.
I wonder why.
Well, consider that the key matches the lock on your door as well. Mattis couldn't have locked you in if you had one.
That is true. And your door had a lock on it? Wow, he really mustn't have wanted you to get out at times.
I'd rather not. The key doesn't look too solid.
I don't like that statement. That implies that it's not going to work well as a key. Let's hope it lasts for just a few uses, though.
What's missing here is one of those keychain labels.
We could certainly use one of them. Let's use it with the potholders.
Yes, I should be careful with this key.
Very careful. The game is really hinting that this thing is fragile.
No, I'd rather keep the key separate. It looks fragile.
It's really hinting at that.
We should really jot the barkeeper's name all over the key.
No, someone might return it to him.
We certainly don't want that. We still need to use it.
I'd rather not. The key looks quite fragile as it is.
And again, another hint at how fragile the key is.
We should really write Dr. Marcel's name all over the key.
No, someone might return it to him.
We definitely don't want him to have the key. He'd know for sure where we are then.
No, there's no signature I could forge on the front door key.
Alas, let us move on to using a key with a key.
I wonder if the both of them will get along.
I hope so. And now, antioxidant with the key.
Now it's like new.
Hooray! It doesn't look any more sparkly, but I'll presume it's more sparkly.
Use your toenail.
No, Harvey. I've got my own key now.
And thus, no more toenail shenanigans. Let us do what we came here to do. Get in the house. Use key with door.
I can hardly wait to be back home. Finally. Oh no! It's broken and stuck in the lock now.
Who didn't see that coming? I certainly did. The game was blatant enough with hinting how fragile it is, and now it is stuck. Can we get it back?
I'll never get the broken key out of there with my bare hands.
That's no good. Can we try anyway?
I'll never get the broken key.
Not without using an item. can we get it out with the pinking shears?
We could cut ourselves.
Don't you have...
No.
No, we can't. Which means we're going to have to find something else to get that out, or we'll just have to find another way in. Considering how many doors that apparently unlocks, we're definitely going to need it. So let us go to the back of the house and go to an area that we saw, or rather that Harvey saw, in that flashback. There are lots of things to examine, so let's get to examining, starting with the French door.
Hey, our old living room is behind that door.
It's also behind all the muck.
Hey, open up. It was always hard of hearing.
I doubt that would have worked even if it wasn't. Also, there's a way we can go here. To the shed.
It's locked and double secured.
We could always smash the glass.
How can I do that? It's burglar proof.
That doesn't mean to say that burglars couldn't get through there. Harvey, any advice?
Look, Harvey, the old living room.
Exactly how we left it. Creepy.
That's not surprising considering the circumstances. Polo Mallet, get us through!
Let's break in here.
No, I don't want to destroy anything. Not more than it already is, anyway.
It does look pretty destroyed. If you smash that window, I doubt many people would notice. But I understand that you're hesitant to do so. Also, that guttering, clogged up with leaves. 10 years will do that.
Dad used to let me window paint here, until I made a doodle of Dr. Marcel.
Was it not a flattering doodle? I get the feeling it wasn't.
Maybe if I wipe it a bit. No.
It's no better, alas.
I can see our old dining table.
And I wonder if that's in any good condition. After 10 years, probably not.
Dad used to let me win until I made...
That's exactly the same, and I presume using Dr. Marcel's signature will also be the same.
Dad used to let until...
Yes, it is. What about the pinking shears? Maybe we can cut through all the grime. And the window! Okay, it's not likely we can cut through the window, but it's worth a try.
The scissors don't help me in any way here. I need to find another way in.
Don't worry, I'm sure we'll find one. In fact, I have quite a good idea as to where we could go find one, considering we can go that way.
Oh, no signature to forge here.
We've really not had any luck with finding more signatures, have we?
The porch door can only be opened from the inside.
And it wouldn't be opened by the master key anyway. Or would it?
This isn't rust. It's just some extraordinarily persistent window grime.
Absurdly persistent.
No screws, no lock. I can't get in here.
Well, we tried. Let us now look at the table.
I used to behead Alfred's G.I. Joe figures on this table.
I doubt he appreciated that.
Do you remember me? It's me, Edna. It'll remember eventually. I have to give it some time.
I get the feeling it's not going to remember, mainly because it's a table.
I'll clean up house first thing tomorrow. Then I can sit on the porch again. I could invite Hottie and Maudie for breakfast.
How are you going to invite them? They don't have a phone, and even if they did, you don't know their number.
No, this always used to be here.
That doesn't mean to say it has to remain there. We could have a table in our inventory, but you're insistent on not taking it along. Fair enough. Harvey?
Do you remember this garden furniture, Harvey?
Sure, Mattis used to sit out here a lot.
It all seems like it was yesterday, and yet everything is different now.
Unfortunately, it was not yesterday. It was a decade ago. Also, there's only one chair now. There were 2 chairs before. Probably not anything of significance, but something I've just realized.
I remember this table made a great hockey goal, too.
And a nice target for knife throwing.
You're right. I remember that, too. You can still see Alfred's teeth marks.
Knife throwing? When were you throwing knives, and why?
I used to sit here and draw pictures all the time.
I liked your Alfred doodles. The ones where he snatched flies with his tongue.
Not surprised the doodles were something like that.
Maybe if I wipe it a bit. No.
I think all the muck is going to stay there forever.
We used to sit out here when the weather was nice. Oh, Mattis.
Ah, memories. All of them bittersweet.
No, this is my table now.
Well, why don't you write your name on it? And then everyone will know.
I used to behead Alfred's G.I. Joe figures.
And we've heard that before.
No, this is my table now.
And we've heard that before. Any signatures?
Oh, no signature to forge here.
I'll keep looking, folks. I'll find another signature. Somewhere. Maybe.
Shall we search for hidden compartments?
Later, Harvey.
It's unlikely the hidden compartment's going to have anything useful in it anyway, unless it has another copy of the key. But even if it does have another copy of the key, we have the minor problem of the last key still being stuck in the lock.
It's made out of plastic. No rust whatsoever.
That's handy.
I used to cut my toenails on the porch all the time. It was so cute watching the sparrows fighting over the little clippings. Tweet, tweet, beep, beep, beep. Oh, yeah.
I hope they didn't eat those clippings. Let us now move on to the chair. It has its own hotspot.
This is where Dad often used to sit.
Oh dear. Let's talk to the chair.
Do you remember me? It's me, Edna. It'll remember eventually. I have to give it some time.
I wonder how many lines of dialogue this chair is going to share with the table. Let's find out.
I'll clean up house first thing tomorrow. Then I could invite...
That is the same.
No, this always used to be here.
That is the same.
Do you remember this garden furniture, Harvey?
Sure, Mattis used to sit out.
And yet...
And that's the same too. I'm going to presume that all of this is going to be the same.
Shall we give the chair a good beating?
Pull yourself together, Harvey.
No, it won't be the same. Let us check with everything.
No, this is Dad's chair.
Then we should write, Mattis was here instead, but you're not going to.
Maybe if I wipe it a bit. No.
The grime continues to stick and cling.
We used to sit out here when the weather was nice. Oh, Mattis.
The weather seemed to be nice quite a lot of the time.
No, this is Dad's chair.
And I imagine if we use the pen for Dr. Marcel's signature,
No, this is Dad's chair.
not surprising. Pinking shears?
Shall we?
No.
But
I said no.
You are not trashing the chair, Harvey. You have been vetoed by Edna. Now let us use the master key.
shall we search for hidden compartments?
Later, Harvey.
Later in this instance, of course, means never.
It's made out of plastic. No rust whatsoever.
And finally, using the toenail here.
I used to cut my toenails on... It was so... Tweet, tweet.
And now we shall move on to the final thing here, the parasol. It's seen better days, though it's not covered in grime.
My old umbrella. It's only genuine if it has 300 holes.
I imagine you punched all those holes yourself.
Hello, Edna. I am a talking umbrella.
Stop that, Harvey. I don't talk to inanimate objects.
I hate to break this to you, Edna, but
No, no, no.
No, really, I hate to break this to you, Edna, but you've kind of been talking to inanimate objects for the entire game. I'm surprised you haven't realized that.
No, no. This one could never be used.
Is that because of the 300 holes? I imagine that's why.
I'd rather not. I'd free all the cockroaches that dwell in the umbrella stand.
We don't want to add those to our inventory. Harvey?
Does this umbrella remind you of anything, Harvey?
sure, we used to joust with it.
Yes, I remember too. Alfred made a miserable straw man. I told him 1,000 times that straw men don't scream ouch when hit.
They don't, but then again, you really shouldn't have been jousting using Alfred as a straw man.
No, it's tattered enough.
Tattered enough? What's happened to your thirst for destruction?
Someone is dangling from my left hand and doesn't know when to keep silent.
What? But... Oh...
This is Edna's home. She's not going to trash everything here. It all has memories, and she wants to cherish all that is hers.
No, I like the pattern as it is. It reminds me of days past.
Days long past.
I could only mend one of the holes with it at most.
Everything will turn out just fine, Edna.
I hope so, but I get the feeling it's not going to.
Right. The rain drips through the holes. But putting a pot under it wouldn't change a thing.
Well, we could get a pot full of water, but we could probably get one of those by using one of the taps in the kitchen once we get in. If we get in.
No, I like the pattern as it is. It reminds me of days past.
And I imagine using Dr. Marcel's signature will prompt the same reaction.
No, I like it.
Yes, it does. Time to make more holes, or not, as the case is likely to be.
Even more holes? Everything is broken in here already. Everything!
Keep your head up, Edna. We'll fix things up.
I'm sorry I tried to ruin this even more. We will fix things up, Edna. I promise. Once we've sorted everything out, we'll go to a hardware store, we'll buy all kinds of things, and we'll spend forever repairing everything. And then you'll trash it again. But then you'll have trashed it again from new. And that'll be much better, right? Right?
Oh, no signature to forge here.
Not surprised. Key?
Shall we search for hidden compartments?
Later, Harvey.
You are very insistent on searching for hidden compartments, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. Come on. No, the rust remains. I wonder if the umbrella will ever look like it used to.
It won't, Edna, I'm afraid. Time does that to things.
I used to cut my toenails on the porch all the time. It was so tweet.
And that is exactly the same. And so, folks, when we come back, we could go to the back of the house, but I'm going to go to the shed first, because the shed is bound to have lots of things that we're going to need. Who knows? Maybe we'll find something in there which we can use to retrieve the key, that hopefully won't be too badly broken. And if it is badly broken, we at least know a way that we can make new keys? We can make new keys, but we're going to require... Oh, we're going to require a furnace, and we know where a furnace is in the house. Provided it still works. I hope it still works. But I hope we don't need to use it, but I get the feeling we might. And so, I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later.